Hi, I'm Zach.
And I'm Alex, and on today's Bike Matters video, we're looking at the top 5 concept bikes and scooters from 2018.
So first up, a bike that we saw at Motorcycle Live, the Kymco Supernex. One that I'm a big fan of. This is an electric motorcycle. The only difference that from the Energica and other bikes, which like Zero have done, is it's manual. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this one goes in sales compared to those bikes with the typical rider element of it, of having to do it yourself. It's still going to have this sort of the no lag acceleration out of the corner. You are going to be able to pin the throttle and it will go up gradually.
Yeah.
These are such torquey vehicles, so the engine maximises how much power has been put to the back wheel when it's coming out. 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, that's quality.
Obscene.
155 miles an hour in 10.9 seconds, again, quality. This bike is just brilliant, and I did not expect it from Kymco of all people.
Yeah, exactly.
And at the same time, you look at what other sort of bikes that Kymco have made under other manufacturers. At the same time, it doesn't surprise you, but what they've done with this is brilliant. And I heard something about an acoustic motor or something. What's this about?
From what I know on this one, we spoke to Kymco about it actually, and they said that the motor itself is going to be making a noise, so it gives the engine a voice, which for electric bikes unheard of really, because usually you just have that sort of whir of the engine going and then the road noise of your wheels, and that's it, that's all you live with. But with this acoustic motor, you're going to have an actual engine sound that comes out that you can actually change with an app on your phone. So you can change it to sound like a Ducati, you can change it to sound like the H2 maybe,
or
who
a
knows?
Lamborghini, or whatever you fancy.
You could change it to sound however you want, and from that you're going to be actually having a grand time riding about.
Exactly.
Noise coming out.
I like the sound of a basic electric bike. The new Energica Egos, which they used in Moto 2. Or Motor E, sorry, are quality. I really like the electric one, but being able to do something with this, it's just one of those things that I think it's quality, but it's also just going to get people to buy it. No, I can change the sound of a motorcycle. People buy it just to be able to say that. If you've got the money for it.
Exactly.
We're not entirely sure the exact price at the moment, because it's such a concept.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't imagine it's going to be cheap, but people will buy it for that reason as well. So again, can't wait to see the Supernex come out.
Yeah, it'd be really good.
Hopefully it does anyway.
Well, hopefully it does. I mean, I'm sure it will, because they've got so much interest on it now, so
100%.
it will definitely come out. I mean, following on from that, Yamaha have released the concept of the 3CT. Now, this was first seen at Milan show, so the EICMA show. It's a free-wheeled scooter that would be sort of following the same sort of vibe that the MP3s might follow, the Tri-Cities. And it's something that is going to be quite new on the market. It's a 300cc long-distance commuter is the way that they're trying to advertise this one. Now, when we've seen this one, it looks so futuristic. It just looks insane in life. Like, we walk past it and it's like, hang on.
What's going on here?
What's this?
What's this?
You know, having a quick word with Yamaha about it and just talking to them, they've said that it is going to be a concept, obviously, but at the same time, from what we've seen anyway, it looks like it could just go on the road as it is now.
What I like is it's very much the hybrid of the Tri-City 125 and the Niken. So not everyone is going to be able to ride the Niken, because it's an MT-09 engine. You need a full bike license. The Tri-City you can have on a 125. This is your midpoint entry. This is, like you said, I think it's going to be on a car license, hopefully. I think that's the point of the bike, because the 300cc engine is very similar to that of the MP3s that Piaggio turn out. So, like you said though, they look awesome.
Yeah,
they're just so
can't
sharp.
Believe how nice they look, because we've seen the photos from Milan show, and you're like, oh, it looks like a nice looking scooter. But then you walk past it in life, you're like, oh,
what's going
on?
on?
It really was like a proper head turning moment. So it's something we're really looking out for, and as I say, it could well be released in 2019, so towards the end.
That'd be really. We'll have to see what we can get out of Yamaha for. We'll have to start speaking to them a bit more, see if they can tell us anything. Obviously, we'll keep you up to date with that. Another one is the Peugeot P2X. Now, I don't know too much about this, but this was seen at the Paris Motor Show, obviously a suitable place to release it. It's a cafe racer design from Peugeot, built in both 125cc and 300cc models. It's a redesigned concept based on the Peugeot 515 from the 1930s. So we're talking a few years ago now for this bike, but again, this is the same. It's following suit of manufacturers building a heritage range. They've clearly placed a lot of design work into this bike. It looks really nice from what we see. Like I said, I don't know too much about it. It's got upside down forks and twin shocks, so those are fairly standard on heritage bikes now. TFT dash with iConnect Bluetooth, so phone and GPS, ABS and clip-on bars. Again, this is a concept bike, but it is quite likely to hit dealerships because of the amount of attention it got.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's all I really know about it. But
yeah, I mean, Peugeot themselves, they obviously were well into their scooters. So recently it was like Peugeot scooters. And then they recently changed their name to Peugeot motorcycles. And this is then the first motorcycle that they've released or released a concept of that's along the sort of old lines where they were more into their motorcycles. So this could be the concept where they put it all together and thought, let's see what the reaction is. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, and just sort of see, sort of like market research, and just see if it flops, then they just forget about it. It was a concept, nice one. But if it does really well, they could then bring it out and say, you know what, actually, we'll do a few tweaks, we'll bring it out as it is, 125 and 300cc models, so hitting sort of two different sectors of the market and just releasing it as that.
It's the Cafe Racer design as well. They're so popular now. You find people are buying these heritage scramblers, Cafe Racer bikes, and I would as well. They look really smart, they're comfortable, they're modest on power, they're not overly expensive, so I really, really hope something comes with the P2X from Peugeot, and I hope it goes well for them, because I reckon they can make some quality motorcycles in the future as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, it is quite a looker as well, to be fair. I mean, even just walking past it, you're thinking, that's really nice, actually.
No, exactly. And then the thing, it's one of those ones you look at to start with, and you think, oh, that looks nice, have a look at this Peugeot, you're like, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, good on them for making it, really good on them.
Exactly. Now, next up was the Royal Enfield Concept KX Bobber. Now, this one was, again, even in the photos, I was just blown away, but it's a massive high-profile concept from Royal Enfield, but it is one that they built, I think it was in 6 months. They just put it all together and it just looks insane. Of course, it's a classic bobber and it's a modern redesign combined into one. So they looked at the classic original KX, the 1140cc, and then they, from that, designed a new one, and they thought, actually,
there's bits of these which we can use on both, you know.
And if you look at the photos of the old one, so the original KX, they did actually have the original KX next to the concept, and you can see, like, it is
bits of it. So it's a really good idea in the sense that if they're making two bikes to come out at the same time, essentially redesigned bikes, and you put them out to dealerships and countries at the same time, you're constantly going to be keeping an eye on statistics, which one's selling better, why is it selling better. But if you incorporate the two main selling points of two bikes, so you got the starting of the KX Classic and the Bobber, you put them together, there's going to be bits people like in this one bike. So you basically get two audiences on one bike. It saves worrying about which one's going to sell better and which one isn't. You put a set price on it, and it's got a good engine on it. It's an 838 V-twin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, compared to the what was the original one? It's an 1140, wasn't it, the Classic? But even then, nowadays, with the way engines go and how they're built, it's probably a similar power, you know. So I like what they've done. I like the hybrid idea, and just putting two bikes together, it just saves a lot.
And I like on this one as well that, I mean, personally, I like the look of old bikes, like the sort of 1930s days where they had them sort of motorcycle standard look. I do like them, but I wouldn't ever buy one. But this KX Bobber has that sort of design, but it's got a bit of a modern twist. And
exactly.
If I had the means to get this, I would just 100% buy it. Like, it just ticks all the boxes for me, which is surprising because I'm not into that old school.
No, exactly.
World. So it's, as you say, it's sort of combining the two, where you've got the modern market, the classic market.
It's going to have, like I said, it's just got two audiences coming into one, and that is why it will work. So it's a really good idea, and I hope this one is released soon, because I can't wait for it too much longer,
would be amazing if it is released.
And another few bikes which Honda are churning out, more CBs, believe it or not. So there's the CB125X and the CB125M. They set their Rome design team with a challenge to design some new 125cc bikes. Basically, it's a take on their street scrambler and adventure bike is what I get from it. I haven't read too much up about these ones. We spoke with Honda UK on Twitter briefly, who admitted that whilst they've received a huge interest for these two bikes, there is no plans for these to ever be released officially. Now, I imagine this will be the case until they get bored of shipping out their CB125Rs and Fs and whatnot, and people stop, because those bikes are so cemented at the moment. People are buying them, they're buying secondhand, and they're quality, they know where they stand. But eventually, other manufacturers will bring out new 125s, People start going to those because they are new. And I think basically this is just like having an ace up your sleeve, really.
Yeah,
in a few
exactly.
years, when those other models start declining in sales, pop that out your wrist, the job's a good one. You've got 2 new bikes which look quality, and people, 17, 18-year-olds, who've just got their CBT and can ride these bikes, will go for.
Oh no,
because they're going to look quality.
I mean, these 2 bikes for me, they look like spot on for the sort of street scrambler and the adventure market. And knowing that they're at least even thinking about the 125 sector and this market, you don't see many adventure style sort of small capacity bikes.
No.
So knowing that Honda are even considering looking at this and spending money on concepts, obviously we spoke to them and they said that they're not actually planning on ever releasing these. But as you say, if it is in their thoughts, they might be thinking, right, so once these CBR 125Rs and all of these sort of bikes go out, why don't we look at this for the next option?
Exactly. All they got to do is, like, it's good having a contingency plan, basically. They got those there because they got the design for them. But for the adventure version, for example, what's the 125 they got on the market for those, man? It's the Sinus Terrain.
Yeah.
And if they even look at how well they're selling, they probably might reconsider what they're doing. Granted, they're probably going to charge you more than Sinus do, but it just depends on the bike they bring out. So I think it's a really good idea. They've got us a good backup. They said they have no plans, but I bet in a few years we will see them. I have no doubt.
100%. So of course that's going to be the sort of favourite 5 of ours from 2018 for the concept bikes. Of course, as I say, they are all concepts, so we're not really expecting them to come out in the near future, but we are really hoping that they do. I mean, if only one of these bikes could be released to market, which one would you choose? I mean, Zach, which one would you go for out of all of these bikes we spoke about?
I think it'd have to be the Super Next.
Yeah.
I love what it's about. It's a geared electric bike, so that's is it the same for you, or you?
I'm actually going to go for the KX Bobber from Royal Enfield.
Fair enough.
I think that one really did just look so nice.
That's tickled you since you've seen it.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
be
if
fair,
that actually
a
came
few
out,
times.
as I say, it would be as like a bit of a pipe dream for me to get it, but it just looks so nice that if they were to bring it out, I think they would just do so well. Of course, let us know what you think in the comments below. Leave us a like and subscribe so you can be notified of our future content. Cheers for watching.
Thanks.